I'm Kirby Allison, and I love helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes. Join me as we explore the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. In today's video, we continue our London update series. This time, traveling to Savile Row to visit one of Britain's most renowned and respected bespoke tailoring houses, Huntsman Sons. And we have the pleasure of visiting with the head cutter or co-head cutter at Campbell Carey. Campbell, it's so great to see you. It's great to see you back in the cutting room in Huntsman Sons. It's got to feel good to be back in London. How is everything going?
Gosh, yeah, well, thanks for having us. Nice to see you again. It's been some time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We're back open, business as usual. We only closed for really a few weeks. I was lucky enough to have 4 or 5 weeks at home and then straight back in the cutting room really and keeping our tailors busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think that, so much time has passed, but I mean, you guys were just closed for a few weeks, but really, I mean, it's business back to normal, and you're still cutting. You guys are still making suits and, kind of operating business as normal.
Yeah, obviously we're respecting the guidelines of COVID, so our workshops kind of thinned out a bit, but all those tailors that are usually in full-time are now working from home, most of them. So it's working well in terms of social distancing. It means production can still be maintained, and the order books are, we still have orders coming through, so we have to look after those orders and the tailors who are making them.
With, not being able to see as many of your clients, I mean, how are you continuing to kind of push things forward to completion? I mean, are certain projects just totally stalled out and not moving forward until you're able to see the client, or are you still able to somehow, send completed garments, just committing to the alterations, or I guess you're still seeing clients in London? I mean, how is it that you're continuing to work with your customers?
Well, if you'd said to me before this, you're going to be doing fittings over Zoom, I would have told you no chance. There's no way we can do that. But, we adapt and we have to move on and learn to keep the cogs turning. So we've done quite a few fittings over Zoom. Of
That's amazing.
Finished bar finishing garments, so where the cuff holes aren't done and the linings aren't sewn in. So we've done a few fittings like that. We've also gone out to clients' homes and offices to visit them there in the safety of their own confines. And that's been really refreshing and a lot more satisfying for the customer and us, because you can see their wardrobe firsthand rather than then coming in to Savile Row and envisaging their new commission and trying not to duplicate what they have in the wardrobe. We can essentially see the wardrobe firsthand, be it at their home or on video call, so we can really discuss the requirements of any future commissions and fill in the gaps. Yeah,
well, it's got to be a really fun. I mean, I think one of the hallmarks of a bespoke relationship is really that relationship that you have with your cutter. I mean, it's a sacred relationship. It's a really unique privilege to be able to have someone, making clothes for you with whom you're able to have such a relationship. And, to be able to actually go visit your clients in their home is probably something you don't really have the opportunity to do during the normal course of business, just because things get so busy.
Yeah, to take if our clients are 30 and 40 miles out of London, it's an afternoon, it's a morning. So at the moment we've got the time to plan these things, it's working well.
And then I guess also, I mean, you guys, you have, of course, the New York Cutting Theater. You've got Ralph and Ed operating in New York. I mean, that has to have been just an absolute godsend in terms of, again, helping really maintain that continuity of relationship with your American clientele. Because I know a lot of the other Savile Row tailoring houses, I mean, they, for the most part, probably won't be able to travel all of 2020 to see their American clients, yet there are Ralph and Ed, in New York and traveling around the United States, still able to take care of their American customers.
Exactly that. It's been an absolute godsend for us we've always known it's been a real plus point, but this has really driven the point home. To have them there, it's kept everyone busy here in London. And without that, it would be really tough to maintain those relationships. A lot of our clients who are international are using London as a kind of staging post for their, be it business or pleasure trips. And so if they're not coming to London, then we can we can travel around the US, like Ed and Ralph haven't stopped really. They too had, I think, 3 or 4 weeks off, and then they hit the ground running, just, you know, planning trips, driving New York to Chicago via, you know, the mind boggles, but they really worked their socks off to keep things ticking over.
I mean, who would have thought that in the year 2020 that you know, that London or the New York-based cutting room would have come in so handy, because nobody has been able to travel internationally. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, you couldn't have ever even foreseen that, and here we are. I mean, it's been a real advantage to, I think, Huntsman's structure to really have a foot, you know, squarely planted on both continents, you know, with very senior staff and well-developed cutting rooms that have been able to operate totally independently of one another, you know, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph and Ed, really their travel schedules has gone up. It's not gone the other way. They're traveling more than ever, and you have to be there. You have to go to the clients. Our clients still want to commission new orders. They still want to spend, you know, and if you're not in front of them, then it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you seen, you know, kind of through all this, the buying habits or preferences of your clients change? I mean, instead of commissioning, you know, city suits, are they commissioning, you know, more pieces, you know, for the weekend or for casual wear? I mean, how have you seen that, you know, the mix of what you cut change?
Yeah, the shift to separates, we saw that trend really starting about 3 or 4 years ago, with people, you know, dressing down for the office. And I think the current climate has expedited that, and I think New York, according to Ed, they're up now to 50-50, 50 separates and 50% suits. So we are definitely seeing more separates coming through, and we've actually geared up our ready-to-wear, autumn-winter ready-to-wear collection to work with that. So it's a lot more about you know, heritage pieces remastered for the modern market. You know, so yeah, jackets that will work with all, you know, the inspiration really was everyone being at home. No one can get away to travel and go on holiday, vacation overseas. I really looked at, you know, the unexpected vibrancy of colour within the British Isles. So all these lovely tweeds with little hidden pops of colour to accentuate and accompany them. So we are a couple of new styles completely. And
this is from some of your ready-to-wear stuff, which again is, you know, available for purchase on the website.
Yeah. Yeah, we're started also a new made-to-order project where if you see it on the website and it's not in your size, you can, within 3 weeks, have that size shipped to you for the same price.
That's amazing.
That's really taking off, because obviously people can't travel. We have to rely on online sales. So that's really working for us. And considering that all these cloths for us are exclusive, it just makes that ready-to-wear special. That ready-to-wear offering just a little bit more special. Yeah, so this mill we're working with up in Yorkshire are a vertical mill. They were formed similar lineage to us, so mid-1800s. Vertical means that from sheep to finished cloth, it's all done in one location. So these guys, the story's fantastic. They can twist into the yarns amazing amounts of colour because they are spinning the yarns themselves. So this is actually a 3-ply hopsack Balmacan overcoat. And in each of the 3 yarns, there's 6 separate colours that go in to twist that yarn to bamboozle you with yarn science. But it's just an incredible, vibrant, beautifully soft, compact tweed.
Yeah.
Kind of long forgotten Balmacan raglan sleeve overcoat, incredibly comfortable to wear. And again, one of those things that will just be a wardrobe staple.
And are these the types of things that you would also be making bespoke? I mean, are they kind of inspired by bespoke commissions also?
Exactly that. All our ready-to-wear is inspired by, it's a kind of watered down versions of our bespoke, you know, what we've done for forever. But a new style for us. And again, in bespoke, we're seeing much more of a relaxed fit and cut, people want to wear jackets on Zoom calls for the office at home. So this is a brand new cut for us, completely unstructured shoulder line with a softer sleeve head and the thinnest of shoulder padding. There's essentially no canvassing through the jacket. It's just one layer of self-facing that provides the structure of the jacket, and then all skeleton lined, so incredibly lightweight and comfortable to wear.
That's gorgeous. And super comfortable piece, just for kind of wearing around the house.
Oh yeah, totally.
And even, kind of around the home, if you're someone that's used to wearing suits every day for work, even whenever you're around the house, you don't feel right if you don't have something kind of on your shoulders. And so having, like a safari shirt or, kind of a shirt jacket that you can put on, or even a really kind of even more tailored piece like that you can put on, even over a sweater or a t-shirt, it just makes one feel better.
It changes your kind of mindset, doesn't it? You're ready to work, because it's, for all of us, it's hard to switch from home life to work life. So I think putting on, certainly when you put on a Huntsman suit, it's kind of makes you stand up a little bit straighter.
Certainly straightens the back.
Yeah.
Well, what else do we have? I mean, I know that you guys have an extensive ready-to-wear collection.
So again, this is one of our exclusive house cloths woven up in Yorkshire. You'd need to see it to believe it close up, but the amount of it appears as just a love it green, but there's so many wonderful twisted yarns in there. And this really practical patch pocket jacket, completely unstructured, just great just to sling on indoors and outdoors.
Interesting. And you were saying that that now half of everything you're cutting are separates. Is that right, or is it even more?
Yeah. Obviously, the wedding season for us has dropped off a cliff. All the weddings have been put back to next year. Ascot, that's been a huge, you feel bereft without Ascot, because February, March, springtime, you get this wonderful kind of buzz, rush of not just Ascot, but people wearing tails for weddings and things, and those commissions can't be late, and that kind of really, it's a buzz when all those garments are going through. I think last year we did well over 30 Ascot tails.
Did you really?
Yeah, and they're really fun to cut. They're such a nice garment to work on because they're so elegant and certainly a lot different than just I hate to say it, bog standard two-piece navy suit.
Yeah.
That's when you can get playful with lines and cut and silhouette. So we're missing those this year.
Yeah, for sure. Are you doing more overcoats? I mean, as again, people are kind of spending maybe more time outside.
Yeah.
Are you finding yourself doing more overcoats?
More overcoats, but more emphasis on a softer shoulder line, because people want to wear it not just for over a jacket. They want to wear it, out the weekends with just a sweater underneath. So raglan sleeve for us has been really popular, simply because it's got that softer look. You can still wear it over a tailored jacket, but it looks just as good over a sweater.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys, do you find that you have more time or less time, to kind of be creative, kind of in this environment? Is it more stressful just with the pressure and the fact that, I don't know, there's more time being required of you at home? I mean, I certainly feel that. It doesn't seem like, volume has dropped for you at all. Yeah,
it's a balancing act because, with skeleton staff in any job you pick up, it's more difficult to delegate. You have to see that job through. So that's been the tricky part. We've got people furloughed and only in 1-2 days a week. It's really knowing when to, when you can delegate. That's the tricky part for us.
How's Dario getting along? I mean, is he kind of...
Dario's good. He's ensconced in a special project, which I can't tell you about at the moment, but you'll hear all about it as soon as we can. And that's definitely creative and not what he'd usually do. So I'll let him tell you about that when he can.
When do you think you guys will be traveling next? Do you have any indication?
Gosh, I mean, we're obviously driven by the whole US visa situation. I would hope next year, and Europe as soon as we can, really, because we need to go and service those clients also.
And of course, I mean, if anyone's trying to get in touch with you, I mean, the website, Huntsman Sons, Instagram.
We have a new platform as well. Hero is an app we're using, which allows the clients to be transported to right here in Huntsman and talk to our client managers live.
Okay.
So that's working really well for us. But, you know, I was just saying to Dario yesterday, we've done our trunk shows for 20 years since we were apprentices, Dario and I both. And to not be in the US for, like, you know, the last time I was there was 7 months ago, it's weird. You know, you miss that buzz of traveling, and it's what kind of pushes you through the year when you've got this travel schedule ahead of you. So it's a strange scenario. 20 years, I think, plus Dario and I have both been on the road.
And I mean, even with Ed and Ralph in New York, I mean, you and Dario still travel, you know, kind of with the independent trunk show schedule.
Yeah, we're still there 6 to 8 weeks every 6 to 8 weeks. So when it's not there, you miss that. So can't wait to come back. We're missing the US.
That's unbelievable. So, and in the course of a year, I mean, how many times will you visit the United States?
5-6 times a year.
That's unbelievable.
Mostly New York. Dario does the West Coast, but like I say, when you've done those trips over and over again, it's a bizarre scenario when you're not.
It really is. I mean, it really is quite odd to. I mean, in some ways, I enjoy the time at home and not kind of disrupting the schedule traveling, but at the same time, you miss so much visiting the places you love. I mean, you know, being able to, you know, have shepherd's pie right there at the Burlington Arms, you know, kind of right down at the end of Savile Row, or you know, to go grab some fish at Wilton's or a cigar at Dadoff at London. You know, all these things that you could really only find in London. You know, being able to go visit, you know, Savile Row to, you know, see the shop there. You know, those are things that I think for a lot of us really feed the soul. So I'm certainly missing those. It's been great to be able to check in. I appreciate you kind of inviting us in. I mean, we're doing this, you know, virtually over Zoom. It's amazing. It'll have to do until we're able to make it there in person.
Good. Likewise. Thanks for having us. Great chatting to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, thanks for having us in, you know, Campbell, of course. You know, best of luck with everything. And we look forward to staying in touch until we're able to actually, you know, kind of enjoy personal company again.
Face to face. Look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, cheers, Campbell.
Thanks so much. Cheers.
So there we are. I mean, I have to say, you know, throughout this London update, I think what strikes me more than anything else is just the spirit of perseverance, certainly of the British. You know, not only are they making the most of difficult circumstances, but as you can see here with this update from Huntsman Sons, a lot of these firms, in fact, are really innovating and thriving under exceptionally difficult circumstances. And so Huntsman, you know, continuing to take advantage of the fact that they have really two cutting rooms. One, of course, at the historical kind of birthplace of the firm on Savile Row, then a second one, a transplant, if you will, really a total replica for all intents and purposes of the London cutting room, but in New York, has really allowed them to push forward when everyone else is really completely and totally unable to travel. So that certainly seems to be playing very well for them. And then just the opportunity to take a little bit more time to visit their clients in their homes, to travel around England, doing what they've done, you know, really for decades and even a century, and that is taking care of the well-dressed. So I hope that you've enjoyed this update as much as I have, being able to check in with Campbell, with Huntsman, and really I hope you're as encouraged as I am to hear exactly how well they are doing. So I look forward to seeing them whenever they're able to travel to America, and hopefully before long we are able to travel to the United Kingdom. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you please hit that red subscribe button so that you can learn whenever we release new videos. Let us know what you think of this video. Give us the thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below. And then, of course, if you haven't had an opportunity to visit KirbyAllison.com, please do so. Of course, it's how we support this channel. And there you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care and luxury shoe care accessories in the world, as well as other great clothing accessories for the well-dressed, like this beautiful sovereign grade necktie that I'm wearing today. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for watching.